Welcome to all our online viewers of Bar TV. Today's match of the rounds in the NPL Northern New South Wales division. We've got round 8 this weekend. Today we're at Rockwell Automation Park for today's match between Western Workers Bears and the South Cardiff Gunners. Western in 5th on the ladder against South Cardiff in 8th. Foxy here with you today with Gary Fisher from Northern New South Wales Football as well. What do you expect from today's game?
Okay, Foxy, pleasure to be here. I think today's game might be a bit of a battle, to be honest. It's a bit of a rivalry happening. Western's coach this year, Steve Piggott, was South Cardiff's coach last year, so he's come to Western on a 3-year deal. The assistant coach, also Darren Sills, is an ex-South Cardiff first grade coach, so it's a bit of a rivalry there already before we even get on the pitch and the game's played. I watched South Cardiff last week and they were impressive in a 3-2 win over Lakes. And Western's fallen into a bit of a hole recently. Losses last week to the Jets, who totally outplayed them, and to a draw with Adamstown prior to that. So could be a bit of a battle early on. Yeah,
well, I mean, even over the last couple of seasons, Western versus Southie's always been tight games. And even when you said Steve Piggott was coach of South Cardiff, that was exactly the same. So I think that's one part I'm looking forward to. And Western are without a win in their last 3 games as well. And as Southie are down the bottom of the table as well. So it's a lot to play for.
Yeah, very much so. I think if Southie get the 3 points today, they're only a point behind Western and pushing a top 5 spot. So yeah, plenty to play for today. And Western, couple of blokes out injured, as have Southie, some key players out. So that may even it up a bit more.
And who do you think are the key men for the visitors today for South Cardiff?
Obviously, for the visitors, I think Chris Gazzard is a class player and always impressive. Their goalkeeper was impressive last week, Michael Stafford, and James Burns, I think, scored a hat-trick last week.
He did, didn't he? Yep.
Yeah, so impressive as well.
As the sides come out onto the field of play at the moment, so you've got the home side, Western Workers, in the white and black in their home strip, and the Gunners, South Cardiff, in the red and white.
Today the referees are from New South Wales. Adrian Arnott, who's on the National Talent Pool, Michelle Allen, who is on the W League panel, and Tristan Harris. It's part of a national referee exchange program that's in existence, so we welcome them to Rockwell Automation Park as well.
There you go, good stuff, Gaz. All right, today, so you've got the lineups for our home side. For the Western Workers, in goals, we've got Tim Pratt, you've got Nathan Morris, Robbie Turnbull, Brock Oakley, Jason Cowburn will be up front again, Liam Thornton, Connor Evans, Gary McDermott, Jamie Subat, Carl Thornton and John McKellar. That's the starting 11 there for the home side of Western Workers. For South Cardiff, you've got Michael Stafford in goal, Nathan Stevens, Cameron Herring, Matthew Gray, Matthew Dar. Number 6 will be Ashley Balcom. Again, Chris Gazzard there wearing the number 7. Daniel Wells, James Burns up front, who got a hat-trick last week. Sean Clark and Lee Ashton will make up the starting lineup for South Cardiff. As the referees are just out in the middle, looks like Southie have won the toss with Gazzard there, and they've chose to stay as they are, I think.
For Western, Foxy, Nathan Morris back into the starting lineup today after being injured for about 3 weeks. Also young Brock Oakley, I think, making his starting debut today at Stopper. He's come from the Edgeworth club in the off-season. And number 5 down here in front of us, Jai McKellar, out of the Jets program last year as a player to watch today. Speed down the right-hand side.
Excellent, thanks Gaz. There you go, guys. There's a few players to look out for today. I think the home side have missed the experience of Morris there in the midfield a bit this season as well, with his set pieces as well. So let's see if he can have a big game returning from injury, as Western Workers have the kickoff in the middle. Looks like Connor Evans there with Jason Cowburn. Plays it back to McDermott, out to his left. Western just looking to knock the ball around early. Thornton on the ball. Plays it up in search for Cowburn. Intercepted by Southie. and looked like a Western Workers throw in, sorry.
Liam Thornton throw the ball in now.
Liam Thornton plays the ball in the middle. Go all the way back to their keeper. Pratt on the ball. Looks like they'll just be content to knock the ball around. Long ball in search of Cowburn. Goes over the top. McKellar flicks it on. Risky for South Cardiff in the 18-yard box. Comes out again. South in possession. They work the ball down the left-hand side. Looks like Wells on the ball. Good challenge. He had Burns calling for it. Still in possession with Clark on the ball. Burns into the 18-yard box, cuts it across. Brilliant save from Pratt. Clark with an open goal, but blasts it over the crossbar.
Golden chance there, missed by Sean Clark.
Just
Really
minutes
should have placed
in.
it into the back of the net, but blasted it over the top.
Yeah, it's often easier said than done with a lot of time and space and just the goal in front with the keeper out of position. But South Cardiff missed their first chance to take a goal away from home after Western looked good knocking the ball around early on, as Pratt will keep his composure.
Sorry, Foxy, great run up that left side by James Burns again. Form at the moment.
Yeah, Burns again looks like the danger man for South Cardiff, and again created their first goal scoring opportunity.
Nathan Morris from a dead ball situation is always dangerous. One of the best dead ball specialists in the competition.
Yeah, he's scored a couple this year already, I think. Maybe it's a bit too far out for him to find. Well, you never know with Morris, but he'll probably float it to the edge of the box, but cleared away by Gray. Now Gazard on the ball with time. He looks up, plays it long. Looking for Clark up front, but headed back out. It'll be a South Cardiff throw-in, and Gazard will come to take it. Into Balcom, plays it back out to the right to Gazard, but loses possession. Stevens will step up to take the throw. Looking for Burns over on the right-hand side this time, but some close pressure there from Liam Thornton. Surprised by seeing the chance so early in the game, Gaz?
Yeah, it certainly opened up down that left-hand side. As you said, Western under pressure early, but the Cowburns just put one over the bar from long range. So, yeah, just Robbie Turnbull, I think, beaten for a bit of speed there up that left side.
It kind of came out of nothing. It looked like halfway down the pitch there was a few defenders in there, a few deflections, but then somehow Burns got in behind, and the rest is history. But it's still 0-0, a couple of minutes in, as Stafford takes a short goal kick to Gray. Back to him again. Probably look to pump it long this time. Clever flick on, but let's see if Burns can get him behind. Good, strong challenge there
Should be a
from
free kick.
Ashton, but yeah, just a push in the back there on Turnbull. Turnbull looks to be playing a bit deep. He normally can push up anywhere on the right-hand side, but it looks like he's just sticking in that back four today.
Yeah, Coach Piggott's found a new home for Robbie back there this season at right fullback, or the number 2 as they call it these days. So I don't know if that's because of age or having the young John McKellar in front of him. I guess the speed is a better asset.
Yeah, it could work out to be a good combination down that right-hand side. Again, look for Turnbull to try and push up and whip some crosses in there, as Western tries to do down the left-hand side.
Ball on Jamie Subat there.
That's Subat pulled up there on the left-hand side. So again, Western almost back to full strength. I know they've missed the likes of Morris and even Subat in recent weeks.
They have the experience of those two players. Mick Ryan's been out suspended from the Edgeworth game that was on Bar TV that night. So he's back on the bench today. He'll probably be coming on as an impact player later in the game. But yeah, getting some experience back.
There's a turnover in possession there with McKellar on the ball. A bit of a heavy touch. South Cardiff knocking it around the middle with Bolcom on the ball now. Looks to play it down. Releases Wells in space. Turnbull tries to hunt him down. He's on the edge of the box, cuts it back. Burns with an open look in front of goal, but skews the ball off the inside of his left boot and goes out for a throw-in. South Cardiff again working down the left-hand side, and again Burns there in a very promising position.
Yeah, great run there by Daniel Wells down the left-hand side. Created the chance, and another one goes begging.
I guess some early danger signs there for Western with twice South Cardiff's pace getting them down that left-hand side. As they look to keep their composure and they start to knock the ball out again through the middle.
Look for Connor Evans playing in the 10 role to come and get the ball often today, in the 8 shirt for Western. Signing from the Lambton club for this season, so it's been a handy acquisition in that role for Western this year.
South Cardiff now hand over possession. Thornton on the ball on the left-hand side. Back to Carl Thornton. Yep, free kick on Western's halfway line. I guess we're talking about Western getting a few of their strong players back. South Cardiff, on the other hand, are without Jared Johnson, Dean Kelly, I think Mitch Wallace, and
Brad Waters.
Yeah, Brad Waters as well. So there.
Yeah, a lot of experience missing from their lineup. I spoke to Jared Johnson last week. He's done his quadricep again, which he done in the Adamstown game, which was live on Bar TV, taking that penalty, and he re-aggravated that injury at training last week, so he's out for another 4 weeks.
As now South Cardiff again down the left-hand side with Burns. One-on-one with his defender. Let's see if he holds the ball up. Gets the ball across. Almost. The referee's blown his whistle.
Yeah, I think this will be a foul on the South player coming in on Tim Pratt there. He looked like he did collect him.
Yeah, it looks like he went up with his studs in there too. I guess obviously wanting to go for the ball that was coming across just 3 yards out, but Tim Pratt stays down. Let's hope it's not too serious there as both players remain
I think the South
on the
Cardiff player
greens.
is James Burns.
So you've got other matches today in the NPL as well for all of our viewers at home and supporters of the Northern New South Wales National Premier League. We've got Lake Macquarie City against Charlestown City Blues today. A big one, Edgeworth versus Broadmeadow Magic. And then Hamilton Olympic play Adamstown as well. So they're all getting underway at the same time. Who are you pick as the winners there, Gaz?
Lakes came back into the game against Southie last week, but I think Charlestown might be a tad too strong. The Edgeworth Broadmeadow game is the match, probably a really good battle. Magic beat Edgeworth 2-0 in the State Cup during the week, but Edgeworth did rest some players out of that match. I believe they're at full strength today, and Magic will be missing Peter Haynes through injury, so he's a key loss for them. The Hamilton-Adamstown game, Adamstown got some results, but the last couple of games have been disappointing for them, so I think Hamilton will win that match there. Doesn't look good for the South Cardiff player.
No, he's being carried off the field of play, so we'll see if there's any action down there on the substitutes bench. It looks like Matthew Wildsmith looks like he's doing up his laces down there. He could come on as a replacement. Unfortunate for South Cardiff, who've made a very promising start to the game.
I was mistaken there, it wasn't James Burns.
It is number 12, Matthew Wildsmith, who will come on. Looks like he'll slide into the left midfield position. As Pratt will send the ball along.
Back on his feet.
McDermott out left to Liam Thornton. Plays it up to Calburn. Time on the ball, plays it out wide. It's a good ball to McKellar with time on the edge of the box.
The ball caught up under his feet there for a short while.
He plays it back out to Turnbull. Not a bad ball, but Stafford should have that fairly comfortably. And sends the ball long to Gazzard with plenty of room down the right-hand side. Looks like Subat tracking back well. Defensive effort. The Southie play it back along their back four, back to Stafford. Out to Matthew Gray, who's got Herring on his left-hand side. Still some good pressure there from McKellar and Calburn, just shutting down the angles.
Placing the South Cardiff side, number 8, Daniel Wells, is going to be placed number 12, Matthew Wildsmith.
There you go, it was number 8, Daniel Wells, who got carried off the field there, and Wildsmith coming on as an injury replacement. Got Herring with a long throw in, looks for Burns. Well cut out. South to get another chance from the throw-in.
Shot there blocked by Gary McDermott.
Referee doing well there,
Yeah,
just to
battle
calm
getting
things
a bit
down.
heated here, but taking control of the situation very well. Young Adrian Arnett from Football New South Wales.
You wouldn't expect much to separate these sides at the end of the day after 90 minutes, Gaz?
I wouldn't think so. I think it'll be a bit of a battle. I know Steve Pickett's trying to change the Western, the philosophy and the way they play, but it's always a work in progress, and only 8 rounds into his tenure here, it will take time. So.
South Cardiff now, beautiful flick on the edge of the box. He's got James Burns inside, but very well defended there by Brock Oakley, who's in the middle there.
Great run down the right, that side by Lee Ashton.
Great work from South Cardiff, who again have found plenty of space behind the Western back four and have found themselves a corner. Looks like Gazzard will go over to take it. Plenty of numbers in the box for South Cardiff as well. Gazzard sends it in, that's a good ball. Burns at the back post. Just can't quite control the ball. And another free kick to Western on their own 18-yard box, just from some pretty heavy defensive pressure there.
Bit of a contact there on the way out. Again, a good defence by young Brock Oakley. Headed the ball clear.
I guess that's one thing that Western will want to work on today after conceding 5 goals last week. As well, you'd think they'd want a very solid defensive effort at home.
Yeah, definitely, Foxy. I think the Jets' pace and sharpness killed them last week.
You've got Subat there on the left-hand side. The
Nice layoff by Connor Evans.
assistant has his flag up. Her flag up, I should say, sorry. But Jamie Subat called for offside there. Again, Western made a blistering start, as you said.
Yeah.
Pigo's got 8 games into the season, but I think his first 4 games he'd picked up 10 points out of 12.
Yeah, you're right there, Foxy. They were undefeated in their first 4, I think. Then the Edgeworth game on Bar TV, they were beaten 2-0. Had a draw with Adamstown up here, and then obviously a loss to the Jets. So, and in between that, South Cardiff have knocked them out of the State Cup as well, 3-2 on Wednesday night. So South Cardiff will play with some confidence against them today. I think that night both teams were virtually at full strength, or as much as they could be.
It's Western now with the ball. Looks for Cowburn, does well to chest it down. Needs support out there on the left-hand side. He's got Subat behind him. Chooses to go himself though. Just can't quite get the cross in, and South Cardiff again played out from the back.
Yeah, I think Jason's better option there was to lay it back to Jamie Subat and work forward from there. But Southie in a battle getting out. Morris on the ball now.
Now let's see if he can do the same thing. Ball out for a goal kick there. Yeah, South Cardiff, they've only got 2 wins to their name this season. They had a big win against Lake Macquarie last week, which was potentially a bottom of the table clash, which now has opened up a 5-point gap between them and last place. But as you said before, a win for them today would put them right back in contention.
Puts them right back into the mix, Foxy, and they're missing experienced players, so the younger side, they can get some wins on the board, they'll thrive on that. And
they look to be playing with confidence today, despite missing a few of their key players, and they probably would have taken confidence out of that win in the Cup as well.
Yeah, I think Greg Asquith's taken over as first team coach there this year, and he's changed the way they play as well. So a lot more enterprising and a lot more in the front third. So which is obvious that James Burns scoring a hat trick last week, and I think he's their leading goal scorer.
Which you've got now. Herring just heads the ball back to Stafford. South Cardiff again. Played out from the back. Plays it long, space out left-hand side, but switches it to Burns. Yeah, referee pulls up the free kick there. Just looked like a slight nudge in the back.
Yeah, just a slight push in the back there.
From Liam Thornton. Again, it's a bit far out, but you've seen Gazzard especially score goals from this range, but let's see what he'll do.
Western might have Nathan Morris, but Southie have got Chris Gazzard, who's a similar dead ball specialist.
I guess he's got the added advantage of his long throw-ins, his corners, his free kicks. Looks to just chip the ball over the top now at the back post. Southie in again. Herring just cut the ball back across the 6-yard box. They've done that a few times already, but just had no one there to send the ball home. But I think that's at least the third time that South Cardiff have gone into a dangerous area.
Yeah, Sean Clerk there. I don't know if the defender may have done a good job on him there. It looked like it was almost going to fall at his feet, but Western worked their way out. Southie's got it back now.
As they go again back to Stafford, look to reshape and build their attack again. Comes out to Gray, who's got Herring to his left. Back out to Herring. Wildsmith just loses control there as Robbie Turnbull will step up for the throw-in on the right-hand side for Western Workers.
John McKellar in a bit of space here.
Some good pressure there from Wildsmith. Plays it out to Morris with plenty of space. Out the left to Thornton. Back to Morris again. He's got Subat in front of him. Plays the ball over the top.
Oh, great header.
Well headed out. Now
Matthew
Clerk on the
Gray,
ball.
great defensive header there. Must have been a foul in backport.
You've got to say that South Cardiff look like the team to score at the moment.
Yeah, they've definitely had the better of the chances. 3 genuine, really attacking chances. Probably should be leading the game 1 or 2-0. Their coach would be a bit disappointed in their finishing. Robbie Turnbull turns over the ball.
Now South Cardiff back through the middle. Lee Ashton there looked for the long ball over the top, but just not quite accurate enough. He had Clerk on his left.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find the goal scorer, James Burns. From
Burns on his
weeks.
right.
Yeah.
As Subat now on the left-hand side. Stevens doing well to guard him closely. He's got to come back out to Turnbull. He's got McKellar in front of him. Plays it for Cowburn. Not a bad ball at all, but just a bit too hard there. Looking for a bit of penetration there of the South Cardiff defence. Promising signs at least. There was the switch of the play before it and then looking for that final ball.
Yeah, slowly working their way into the game, Western. They're starting to string some passes together, so some small attacking rates.
Stafford again plays it short. Out to Matthew Dar. Looks to go through the middle. Hand over McKellar now on the counter attack. Plays it up to Cowburn. I'm not sure if he wasn't expecting it, but it wasn't a bad ball to get him in behind there. As the referee just looks again just to calm things down there on the field of play.
Just a general caution there to Matthew Dar for something that's happened in the back play. We've got a goal kick.
There's Cowburn there just having a chat to McKellar just about next time. I think he was looking for the ball to go to Subat.
No, again, promising signs for Western. The way it's set up here, the ball's going to go long.
Looks like you got Clerk there. We'll look to flick it on. Well defended by Oakley. You've got Wildsmith on the ball, plays it back to Herring, who'll play it up to Clerk again. Looks like he'll be their go-to man.
Yeah, looking that way, Foxy.
Just the push in the back there will give South Cardiff a free kick and time to get into position. You've got Ashley Bolcom on the ball now. Looks like he'll send it long towards the back post. Could be just a bit long. Turnbull now clears it out. Still in the field of play though. You've got Herring there who brings the ball down. Plays it back out to Wildsmith. Cleared away from Morris. I think now Cowburn will chase it.
Foot race.
Puts plenty of pressure there on Stafford, who's got to send the ball long.
William Thornton heads it out.
Headed away from Liam and Thornton there. Doing well in left back. Blocks off the run of Gazzard then.
South Cardiff looking to go very long and direct from goal kick situations. So I think that's similar strategy to the way applied last week. So looking like they're going to do that again this weekend.
Which works well, I guess. You've got the size of Clerk there, and you've got the pace of James Burns as well, and his ability to finish one-on-one. His hat-trick last week against Lake Macquarie, all brilliant finishes one-on-one.
Yes. Yeah, he's got a touch of class in front of goals and knows how to find the goals. So I guess Coach Asquith's working to his strengths there. Obviously the experienced players being out, so.
As now the ball goes up to Burns again, marked closely by Carl Thornton. And Evans does well to dispossess back. Look for the ball long, up to Calburn, knocks it down, looking for Subat. Now Southie again with Wildsmith in the middle. McKellar there applying some close pressure back out to Gazzard on the right-hand side. Got the game's about 20 minutes in now for those who are just joining us on Bar TV's footage of round 8 of the NPL. Today's match of the round between the home side of Western Workers and South Cardiff, still 0-0 here at Rockwell Automation Park. The Gunners have come close on a number of occasions, but now it's Western down the other side with McKellar chasing the ball for a flick on, but Stafford does well to come out to his 18-yard box.
Great work there by Connor Evans from Western, and ran back into the defensive line, gained possession and a nice turn, and then the ball through for McKellar.
There he is again, Evans dispossessing South Cardiff. He's working hard in all areas today, Evans, defensively, and he's, as he's shown just then, in his number 10 role, I guess, to get the final ball through the defence. But now South Cardiff again play the ball the left-hand side through Herring. Plays it across. Back to Dar. Up to Gazzard, flicks it on. Now Western have possession through Tim Bratt. Looks like he'll knock it long.
Trying to find
up to Calburn. Both sides, I guess, at the moment, just looking for that final bit of class or that final ball just to get in.
Western have had no real genuine chances, but a couple of sort of half chances. Keepers come off his line several times to nullify the situation.
Now you've got Jamie Subat down the left-hand side. It's a heavy touch. Just when they do create an attacking opportunity, unfortunately, there Subat knocked it a bit too far in front of him. I think, to be honest, Western, the last 5 minutes have got back in the game a bit.
Yeah, game's turned Foxy slightly. Western creating some chances now, as I said, half chances, but Stafford's been up to the task so far.
Again, Stafford's had a very good start to the season in goals for South Cardiff. Now down the other end with Western on the ball. Borkham does well. Yeah, just a bit of a tug on the shirt, and he's kicked the ball away.
Yeah,
that'll probably...
Yellow card to Gary McDermott, I'd say. No.
All right, just a Stern talking to.
Very lucky there, Gary McDermott.
He did enough to... If it wasn't the shirt tug, it was the kicking the ball away, but he'll probably be walking on eggshells for the rest of the game. As Borkham now again looks for their target man, Clerk up front. Well headed away.
Yeah, just over Sean Clerk's head there.
McKellar on the ball now. Did well to win himself a free kick. Turnbull takes a quick one, but he had the right idea there with Evans with space down the right-hand side. But
been impressed with Matthew Wildsmith's involvement since he came on Foxy. He's looking to get involved in the game and creating some things from down this left side.
As now Western go down the left again with Subat, plays it back into Morris. Back out to Thornton on his left. Some 1-2s will release Subat in space again. We've got did very well to cover. Be a South Cardiff throw in deep in their own half.
Free kick here to South Cardiff. Foul by Brock Oakley.
Let's see what the Gunners will do here again. They've had a few free kicks on their own half. They look like they play it short to Gazzard. Play it back out to his right. It's like the long cross. Clerk's in the middle there, but too comfortable for Pratt, who pumps the ball long. Cowburn looks like he'll go for it.
He's going to fall for Sabat here.
Yeah, Gray unfortunately headed it back toward his own goal. Subat now 2 versus 1. He's still got the ball. Well defended and cleared away, but still Western in possession with Thornton as he approaches the 18-yard box.
Yeah, good work there by Matthew Gray. Nullified the situation and cleared the ball. Western back on the attack though.
Again, South to do well to clear the ball, only as far as Gazard, who flicks it on. Now Western play it back through Thornton. Across to Oakley, who again has made a good start to the match. Looks like he's going to try and block out a lot of the aerial threat that's going to come his way, but unfortunately...
Mistake there by Robbie Turnbull. Control the ball.
Turnbull makes the mistake to hand over possession with a throw-in with Cameron Herring for South Cardiff. Looks for Lee Ashton, cuts the ball inside. Good defence there, Evans. Back to Turnbull.
Yeah, great work by Connor Evans again, coming back and helping out in defence.
Again, they hand over possession though as Southie look for Burns, who'll beat Turnbull for space. Looks like he's called the free kick. It looked like he was going to allow play on.
Trying to play the advantage there for a brief moment, but in the end, the free kick correctly granted.
So again, South Cardiff in a very promising position now. Looks like Ashley Balcom will go across to take the free kick from the left-hand side. Again, Southie have caused a bit of danger from set pieces and a Chris Gazard corner on the other side early on. Let's see what they can do here. To the front post, headed up but still in danger.
Yeah.
Tim Pratt does well.
Nathan Morris got his head to the ball there and Tim Pratt's taken it from there. The Western play their way back downfield.
Now Subat on the left-hand side, back into Evans. Looks up. Back out to Subat. Cowburn on the ball, he's going to need support. A lot of defenders around him, does well to play it back into Evans. Finds Subat on the left-hand side. This is better from Western, who find themselves, they switch the play. Joel McKellar at the back post. Volley's first time. Just mishit it there, looked like a bit of top spin and over the bar at the back post, but much more promising from the home side.
Promising there from the home side, although I think Joel McKellar may have had time to take a touch there and maybe measure his shot a bit more, but again, Western looking to penetrate.
It's now Southie down the left-hand side. Wildsmith hands over possession. Through to McKellar again down the right. Let's see what he can do here against Herring 1-on-1 again. But the ball just goes over for a goal kick. Got almost 30 minutes in now to the first half. Still 0-0 here at Rockwell Automation Park between South Cardiff Gunners and Western Workers Bears. So now you've got South Cardiff in possession through Bulcom, back to Gazard. Looks for Clerk again, well anticipated from Thornton. Typical centre defender there. Picked the pass before it came and did well to come out and win the ball. Got Liam Thornton, plays it long. Looking for Cowburn, but it'll go all the way back to Stafford.
Western looking to play those long balls into Cowburn, but they haven't quite found their mark yet. A number have just gone over his head, so maybe Pickett at half-time will have a bit of a confab about that.
Now you've got Southie down the other end with Clerk on the right-hand side. Looks up to see what options he's got. He floats it into the back post. Well headed away there by Turnbull. Looks like he's going to try and keep the ball in. Looks like it just went over there for a throw-in, but well defended.
Yeah, good defence by Robbie Turnbull.
South Cardiff now with Herring taking the throw-in. He's got Burns there closely marked. We've got Wildsmith coming now for a short throw-in, tap it back to him. And again, he looks up. That's a beautiful cross in the middle with Clerk there, but well headed away again by Thornton, but Clerk again on the edge of the 18-yard box. Comes inside on his left, looks to curl it over. That's a fantastic goal. Brings it back onto his left foot and curls it over Pratt and under the crossbar to give South Cardiff the lead. It's about 30 minutes in to the first half, and the visitors, South Cardiff Gunners, finally with a fantastic goal, but it's probably a goal they've deserved, Gaz.
Yeah, I think so, Foxy. They've had the better of the chances, and Sean Clerk that time had plenty of time and space. They didn't close him down in defence and turned it onto his left foot. Timmy Pratt slightly off his line and put it over his head and into the back of the net. So, great goal. Well done, South Cardiff, 1-0.
Fantastic finish there from Clerk, who came off the bench in the opening rounds. Very experienced campaigner, but now obviously he's been starting a few of the last games, and he probably had time to take the shot there. And as now Burns down left-hand side, one-on-one with Thornton. Let's see if he can beat his man. Got Clerk at the back post. Forced to go back out though. Just tripped over the ball, it looks like, but he's won himself a free kick. I think the Western defence there are protesting. Oakley saying, hey, that wasn't me.
Back there by Brock Oakley. He got caught out down here near halfway, and that opened up the field. So as he was tracking back, he's forced the foul there.
Just making up for a previous error there, but now South Cardiff again, just minutes after they've taken the lead, in another very dangerous position, and Western Workers will look to even protect the 1-goal deficit. Now the last thing they want is to concede another goal before the half-time break. You've got Burns who will step up with his right. Deflection, that'll be out for a corner. Again, South Cardiff have an opportunity to add more pressure. Chris Gazzard walking over to take the corner from the left-hand side. You've got Gray there at the back post, has come up. Got Burns there, but again, easily headed away.
Liam Thornton, the defensive header, away there.
Thornton's done well early on. He's headed a lot of crosses, but now South Cardiff again with possession. But Thornton again does well to intercept. Cowburn now looking to add pressure to Matthew Dara in the South Cardiff defence. He does well. Now McKellar looks like in possession with a counter-attack opportunity. Looks for Subat, but just well blocked out by South Cardiff. They will look to just regain their composure again and knock the ball around.
Jai McKellar's gone across to the left-hand side, and Jamie Sabat's come across to the right.
Now Balcombe plays the 1-2, gets possession back, plays it up to Burns. I think he was looking for the run through, but just wasn't on. It's Thornton. Gets the ball back, looks up, looks to play it long. Got Cowburn there again, but looks like Dar will have that one very comfortably covered. Plays it back to Stafford. Burns does well to knock it down, but McKellar intercepts, plays it in the middle, but just a heavy touch.
Heavy touch by Gary McDermott there. Turned the ball over, and South Cardiff play the way out of their own half.
Gazzard there takes his time, plays it back to Stevens. It's a difficult ball there, but Dar's got it again. Looks to play it long, but nothing on there for South Cardiff up front, and back to Tim Pratt. He'll take his time. He's got Oakley and Thornton back there, plays it out to Liam Thornton on the left-hand side. Well cut out there by Ashton and up to James Burns. Well covered there by Carl Thornton, but South Cardiff have earned themselves a throw-in. They probably had the better of possession early on.
They've had the better of possession and the better of the chances, and are the better side at the moment. So,
as now they've worked their way into the 18-yard box again, but Pratt did very well to come out.
He might have just got a trailing boot as the player went through there. Totally accidental, I would think. So
Pratt
down again, Pratt.
I wonder if he re-aggravated the early injury or not, but again...
Yeah, he's holding his left shoulder by the look of things, so... Pretty tough customer. I'm sure he'll be back on his feet shortly. We've also got a player down on the left-hand side. It's like Jamie Sabat from here, so... Western the walking wounded at the moment.
It's all happening here at Rockwell Automation Park.
No, it's not Jamie Sabat, he's swapped sides, that's right. It's Jai McKellar over there. Yeah, Western's tactics of playing the long ball through to Cowburn, I don't know if they're working. Obviously, Jamie not built for speed, and unless they're trying to get the ball to his chest and play some of the younger players like Evans and McKellar and even Jamie Subat off him. But those long balls haven't found their target at the moment. They've gone. Doesn't look good here for Jai McKellar. I think he's going to be replaced.
Yeah, they're signalling for the substitution there. That the first and the best chance that Western have got fell to McKellar at the back post, and that was when I think Western kind of moved the ball around well in their midfield and switched the play. I agree. I think in the 2-0 loss to Edgeworth, they were looking for that long ball to Cowburn a lot. Again, they were missing key personnel in that game, but that long ball didn't work in that game, and Edgeworth completely shut them out and controlled the game. So you'd think, if not before half time, especially after, that Western will come out and look for a different approach.
You'd think that. I don't know if it was part of his game plan to do that, but they look a far better side when they're knocking the ball around to feet and with ball movement. The experienced Michael Ryan about to replace Jai McKellar.
Yeah, maybe Ryan can change things up here and add the class going forward that they need. He's found himself on the score sheet for Western quite a few times over the years. Now he looked to be playing a bit of a deeper role in midfield this year, but let's see.
Yeah, apparently in the Edgeworth game he played a defensive midfield role, but renowned attacker, either playing in the number 9 or striker role or wide on the left or right.
Replacement of the Western Workers there, starting with 5, Jai McKellar. The replacement number 9, Michael Ryan.
Yeah, looks like Ryan will slip in to the right midfield there, just playing above Turnbull, who's in right back as Clerk. Flicks it on.
Jamie Subat switch back to the left. Oh, great ball.
He's obviously full of confidence after that goal.
Clerk.
Now Southie's still in possession, but Ryan does well there. Back out to Turnbull on the right-hand side. Oakley on the ball. Goes up to Cowburn. That's what they're looking for.
That's what they're trying to achieve.
Evans back over to Ryan. He's just been introduced into the game. He's on the edge of the box. He's just looking to regain his footing. He does well. Plays it back to McDermott on the inside. He'll look up. That's not a bad strike, but just over the crossbar there. That's better from Western Workers.
That's the ball they're trying to find for Cowburn, just for him to hold it up off his chest, as I said, and then either play Evans or one of the wide players, now Michael Ryan or Jamie Subat, depending on where on the field the ball is. So better play there by Western. Michael Ryan, first touch sort of fell over the ball a bit, but promising.
Yeah, very promising there from Western Workers, as now Stafford plays it long. In the final moments of the first half now, let's see if Western can continue to create another chance, but they've just handed over possession just in their own half now, as a South Cardiff throw-in on the right-hand side with Gazzard, who plays it. Back out to Stevens, who sends it long, but McDermott now on the ball for Western, as now Evans looks up. Just takes the time to size up his options. Back out to Morris. Out to Turnbull. Looks at the back post. He had the right idea there, but just a bit too long for Connor Evans at the back post.
Yeah, just a bit too heavy. Right idea. Evans coming through on the back stick, but again, good signs from when Western actually passed the ball around.
So I've got 6 minutes left in the first half. Again, Western are coming back into the game, but again, had the early setback there with a fantastic goal from Sean Clerk. But now let's see. Looks like a handball there, but the referee's waved to play on. It's now Burns down the right-hand side against Carl Thornton. Free kick there.
Just into his back there by Carl Thornton, probably to slow down play more than anything. Western will get themselves set here. As
Burns stays down there, looks to have taken a heavy knock. We've already had 2 injury replacements so far in the opening 45 minutes. Just had Joel McKellar there just moments ago, being taken from the field of play. And Daniel Wells had to be carried off as well. So let's hope there's no further injuries here as Gazzard sends it long. Well headed away there from Oakley again. Looks like it'll be a South Cardiff throw-in. So 5 minutes left in the first half. It's South Cardiff 1 leading Western Workers 0 in round 8 of the Northern New South Wales National Premier League. You've got Gazzard here, will look like he'll take one of those traditional long throws that he does. Long throw-in, whereas Burns and Looks like Burns for the flick in with Clark behind him. He's got 2 players against him. It looks, oh, it hasn't quite crossed the goal line. It looked like it was Burns who kicked the ball.
James Burns absolutely placed it to perfection, but the assistant on the far side has ruled that it's come off the crossbar and failed to go across the line.
Yeah, so just, again, for those viewers at home, most will know, but the whole of the ball has to cross the line, and it probably looked like it was on the line or maybe a bit over, but wasn't quite over enough. That would have given South Cardiff a 2-goal lead going into half-time as Burns looks over to the assistant, but I guess for those viewers at home, we might be able to stop the footage and play it in slow motion later on, but for now, no goal, and it's still just South Cardiff 1 leading Western 0.
No goal, Foxy. Unlucky for James Burns, a great strike. He certainly is in form in front of the goals.
Yeah, he certainly knows his way toward goal, and even though he had 2 players marking him very tightly, still managed to get a shot on target, and another South Cardiff set piece that came close. So now you've got Clerk on the left-hand side, plays it inside at 1-for-1-2, but Morris does well. Back to Oakley. Look like they'll play back to Stafford, but that's a terrible ball, putting them under lots of pressure. Thornton does well, and he'll just clear it just to give his side.
Well done by Carl Thornton. Brock Oakley just didn't look there. Body shape was all wrong and just turned the ball on the inside, and it was intercepted by the South Cardiff team. Western under pressure again here.
Yeah, you've got Herring taking the throw in again, looking for Burns. It's a high foot. Clerk drills the ball across, but again, who can blame him for already finding the back of the net with a wonderful strike? But South Cardiff looking to get that final blow before half time. Jamie Subat now to the left-hand side, just miscommunication there between him and Cowburn, but again, Southie
with numbers
on the edge of the box, looks to cut the ball back, but you still have got Gazzard in space. Good ball over the top. Burns in the middle of his face at the back post.
Great
Lines
save,
up.
Pratt.
Excellent shot, but a point-blank save from Tim Pratt. Does very, very well to keep his side in it.
Vital save there by Tim Pratt for Western. That could have been 2-0 just on the verge of half-time.
Yeah, you'd have to say that Southie more than have deserved their 1-goal lead, but you would probably say they've probably deserved another one.
Yeah, Foxy, they've had 5 or 6 real genuine chances now, as there was a long-range attempt by Gazzard to try and beat Tim Pratt off his line.
Yeah, Gazzard there again, wanting to get that second goal. He had Burns in space on the inside, but again, Gazzard's been known for some pretty spectacular goals, but we've got 2 minutes left in the first half as Pratt sends the ball long, looking for Subat. Over the top to Cowburn, over the top of Dar now. Cowburn looks up, he's got 2 players on the inside. Back post looking for Michael Ryan, but well cleared away. Subat again, long range effort. It was probably open there for him to take a dig, especially just before half-time. There wasn't too many other options, I guess. But
probably the chance there, the open goal sort of, and yeah, just technique let him down.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get it on target there as Stafford looked to send the ball long. Got Clerk there against
Great
Thornton,
header,
does
Carl
well. As Gray heads the ball back out to Stafford. Stafford pumps it long. Turnbull does well.
Turnbull, nice header that time.
Beat his man there despite the height advantage. Balcombe to Gazzard. Plays it out right to Stevens. Let's see if South Cardiff can create another goal scoring opportunity in the final moments in the first half. Cuts it back inside to Balcombe. Wildsmith now on the ball. Plays it back out to Gazzard. Back out wide to Stevens.
Nice little movement this by South Cardiff.
Yeah, excellent play there on the edge of the box. Just the final execution of the cross let them down. That could be the final kick of the half, depending on... There might be a few minutes of stoppage time, to be honest.
A few minutes of stoppage time, Foxy, with the 2 injuries. So probably 2 or 3 minutes added on.
You've got Pratt plays it out wide, so Thornton looks up to play it long. Just a bit too long there. Gazzard plays it up to Clerk, looks up. Excellent challenge.
Yeah, well done, Connor Evans there in the middle of the park.
It's Michael Ryan battles Wildsmith, but South Cardiff Let's see. Yeah, the referee just pulled up Oakley again just for a bit of a physical challenge on Burns there. And
Just
again,
leaned into Burns there in the air and knocked him to the ground. So free kick just outside the 18-yard. Dangerous position. A couple of minutes before half time.
let's see, it looks like Burns will step up to try and take the free kick that he won for his side.
Last one he took, Foxy tried to chip over the top for players running on. This time I don't know, I think he might have a dig himself.
Scott Herring runs down the left, but it's James Burns here for South Cardiff who lines up. Looks to curl it in, tipped away by Tim Pratt in goal. Not a bad effort, but they've called a goal kick. They might not have seen that Pratt got a hand to that, but
Yeah, great free kick by Burns.
just trying to do what Clerk did there and just go for placement, I guess, and curl it over Pratt. Looks like he's holding his left shoulder again.
I think Timmy Pratt has done an injury to that left shoulder in those couple of heavy clashes.
Is now South Cardiff in possession.
Oakley heads it away. Be a throw in for South Cardiff. So if Chrissy Gazzard comes across and takes this with...
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like they'll make the most of the opportunity with only a few seconds left likely, but they came close. Their last long throw on the other side saw Burns hit the underside of the crossbar there.
Through.
Let's see what they can do this time around. Sends it long. You got Burns out the front post, well headed away from Thornton.
And
And
then by
again, you've got
Ryan.
Wild Smith. Let's see if we'll hit it
Smith's
here.
gonna
That's a
line up.
great strike
Oh,
off
hit
the
the
crossbar
crossbar.
again. Timed that brilliantly from over 25 yards out. Again, the shot was on, hit the half volley, beat Pratt, but just bounced back off the crossbar again. South Cardiff not only hit the woodwork, but come close to adding a second.
Yeah, South Cardiff definitely peppering the goals.
The halftime whistle can't come soon enough for Western Workers, who will look to reshape and regather themselves at the halftime break. But again, now it's South Cardiff going forward. Flick the ball over the top, but that'll be comfortable for Pratt to come out.
Yeah, whether it's from free kicks, throw-ins, or just in general play, South Cardiff absolutely giving Tim Pratt a decent workout this afternoon so far.
Yeah, they look to be doing everything right so far, and even in defence, when Western have tried to play that long ball, you've got the centre pairing back there for South. You've done very well. Even Stafford playing the ball out as well. So
Yeah, South Cardiff being very composed in defence, haven't panicked too much, and Michael Stafford has been very safe. Hasn't had to make a real genuine save, but has definitely come off his line and nullified attacking raids that Western have had.
now you've got Western will try and create one last chance for themselves. Subat on the ball, back into Morris. He's had a pretty quiet opening first half there in the middle. Back to Thornton. Well cut out there by Stevens. He's had a great game there at right back.
He has, Foxy. He's been an integral part of that back line today, and plus made some attacking runs down that right-hand side.
Yeah, it's all you want from a right fullback, right defender there, being very solid in defence and also attacking down there as Western look to get him. Michael Ryan behind the defence. But South to get away with that one. Nice turn from Cowburn, but Wildsmith again has looked good since he's come on. That'll be the end of 45 minutes here in our match of the round against Western Workers and South Cardiff at Rockwell Automation Park. South Cardiff again have provided the goods in the first half. They take a 1-0 lead going into half time with a fantastic goal from Sean Clerk. They could have added more, but let's see what the second half can bring. Thank you to all our online Bar TV viewers. That's it for now in today's match of the round. South Cardiff 1, leading Western Workers 0.
This is the Western Bears' 50th consecutive year in the top league of football. So please join us in thanking our sponsors, for without their contribution, this massive milestone would not be possible. Thank you to all our sponsors. Enjoy the rest of your day, and let's hear it for the Bears. Come on, you Bears!
All right, we're back for the second half in today's match of the round between Western Workers Bears and South Cardiff. We've got the home side Western just coming back out of the sheds. They probably stayed in there a bit longer than South Cardiff, and I think they needed to. Let's see if they can have a change of fortune in the second half. For those who are just joining us, it is the visitors, South Cardiff, taking a 1-goal lead at half-time and a well-deserved lead with a very promising opening 45 minutes. As we just hear some around the ground scores over the PA system here as well. Here again, Foxy, I'm here with Gary Fisher as well from Northern New South Wales Football. Gaz, we've got a few other scores from around the grounds.
We have, Foxy, just from the other games so far today. Lake Macquarie lead Charlestown 1-0. Edgeworth and Magic 1-1. And Hamilton lead Adamstown 1-0. In yesterday's result, Lambton beat the Newcastle Jets youth team 2-0. So pretty close games in most of those. So some interesting battles from all over the NPL this weekend coming up for the next 45 minutes.
There you go, we've got some pretty tightly fought matches out there in 3 other games in the NPL. Today we'll try and get you the progress scores of those here today in the full-time score at the end. If not, you can log on to Northern New South Wales Football at the end of 90 minutes and check the scores there as the match officials come out to the field of play for the start of the second half. South Cardiff 1, leading Western 0. Looks like both sides have a similar lineup, but if Western stay the same they are, no, Turnbull going back out to right back. We'll certainly keep an eye on things. What are you expecting in the second half, Gaz?
Yeah, pretty much the same as the first, I think. I think Western will try and be a bit more attacking. Obviously chasing the game now, so they need to be. And hopefully Steve Piggott at half-time's address the issues that we discussed with Jason Calburn. I think that's what they're trying to do is play off him. So for Southie, I think they just need to do what they've been doing. They've been successful, other than putting the ball in the back of the onion bag, as they say. It's all been positive for South Cardiff.
Yeah, certainly. I think it'll be just to pick up where they left off and try and get that second goal, but Western do very well with some clinical passing through the midfield, play the ball out wide. Now it's gone out for a throw-in. Gary McDermott there looking to keep the ball in the field of play. It looks like South Cardiff have made a change. It could be Thomas Spare, I think, there for Sean Clerk, who you'd think would only have come off if he had a slight injury. So he's certainly had a very promising opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's Nicholas Friend on.
Nicholas Friend.
Nicholas
Yep,
Friend
that's
on
right.
for Sean Clerk. Yeah, obviously he's picked up a knock because he was definitely very penetrating in that first half, and obviously the goal scorer. So South Cardiff now down to one substitution left.
Now Liam Thornton looked for Subat, but just the wrong option as Stafford will take the goal kick for South Cardiff.
You can hear from our vantage point here, Steve Piggott very vocal on the sidelines, yelling instructions.
Yeah, looking to get his side going in the second half. Their best opportunity, I'd say, fell at the back post there to McKellar before he was subbed off. But even then it was a half chance. They had a few long range efforts that went over the bar.
Yeah.
But apart from that, didn't create too much.
I don't think they genuinely bothered Stafford in goals.
So now Subert plays it back to Thornton. The ball over the top to Evans. Dar will defend him. He's had a very good game early on, but Evans just kind of tripped over the ball there a bit, and again it goes for another goal kick for South Cardiff.
Yeah, just their execution in the final third's letting them down slightly to Western. Just their touch, execution of the last ball in from across.
Yeah, I guess they've got the ball into the area that they need there, but that final pass they're looking for just hasn't quite gone their way. As now Burns holds off the ball well, looks for Wildsmith, plays it up to Friends.
Morris gets a toe in there.
Well done by Morris as Evans moved the ball out to the left. A great ball up to Subert, one-on-one there with Dar.
Yeah,
Great challenge.
defending.
I guess again, Western have worked their way up here a few times already. They've had 2 goal kicks, but now they've got themselves a corner.
Yeah,
And
Nathan Morris will take this and normally lands it where he wants to land it. So
I guess finally a chance for the set piece specialist Morris to
first,
get over a
first
dead
corner
ball.
of the game for Western.
It is, isn't it? Great delivery in the middle. Coburn flicked it on. Not sure who it was there at the back
Liam
post.
Thornton at the back post. Just probably all he needed was to get a toe on it and would have went in. But
by far Western's best opportunity so far, a pinpoint corner there from Morris, the flick on from Coburn, and Thornton just couldn't quite tap it in at the back post. Western are a very strong side from set pieces. And
yeah, they rely on Nathan Morris a lot from those and get a lot out of those set pieces.
yeah, they do in plenty of seasons gone by. In tough contests, their set pieces have been the difference. But today, as you said, that was their first corner. They've had limited chances, and credit to the South Cardiff defence as well. I think they've probably known that coming into the match.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. Thornton under a bit of pressure here. And gets out of it well to his brother Liam. Nice run by Matthew Dar.
I think he was
Unlucky.
looking for Gazard there, but Thornton again has won himself a throw in on the left-hand side. Well, a better start from Western Workers here in the second half. Let's see if they
a bit
can
more
keep
positive.
it up. It'll certainly be a entertaining game if both sides can maintain the same intensity they've started this one. A good test for the young South Cardiff side as well.
Trying to find Michael Ryan long.
As Ryan now look to keep the ball in play. He's got Turnbull behind him, plays it into Morris. He looks up. It's a good ball to McDermott, back again. This is better from Western, up to Evans.
Yeah, great play by Western.
Very well crafted opportunity there.
Combination through the midfield there of Ryan, Morris, McDermott, and then Connor Evans.
As Thornton under pressure heads it back to Pratt. And that's what Western will look for, their experienced campaigners, to get on the ball a bit more. And again, that's where their chance to McKellar fell in the first half, was those guys in the midfield getting some passes together. But South Cardiff now through Balcombe look to get a second goal. Morris again with a heavy challenge in the middle. Plays it out to Ryan with plenty of space. He's got Evans just inside. McDermott and Coburn. He chooses Coburn. First time shot. Not far over the crossbar. Looks like Stafford would have had it covered, but he just missed the target there. Again, a very promising chance
promising
for Western.
move. Nathan Morris has started the second half very strongly. Won the ball back there. Knocked it onto Michael Ryan. It was a nice little ball through to Jason Coburn, who hit it first time. So promising signs for Western early in the second half.
Yeah, nervous start from South Cardiff, who have the 1-goal lead, and it's a nervous goal kick from Stafford as he looks down to the ground.
Stubbed his toe there or something on the way through.
Liam Thornton now. Well headed away by Dar. Friends looks up the space. I don't think Burns has beaten the offside trap there. No, he's just
No, it looks
offside.
like offside from our vantage point, Foxy.
It's Thornton now. Plays the ball from left-hand side. Now it's Morris that'll come out. Plays it back to him down the left.
Western looking a bit more desperate in this second half.
Good challenge
Great
there.
defence by Carl Thornton there.
Plays it back in Evans, looks for Morris. McDermott, again looking for Ryan.
Trying to find Ryan, I think that's far too long for the veteran Michael Ryan.
Evans and Morris have made a promising start in the middle there for Western in the second half.
Looking to take control of the midfield, I think, Foxy, and try and dominate in there. Morris in the battle there again, really coming into the second half fired up.
Yeah, I think that'll be the key for this one, as James Burns and Sean Clerk were in the first 45 minutes there for South Cardiff.
Yeah, South Cardiff losing Sean Clerk would be a blow to their confidence. He definitely created a lot for them in the first half.
Now Turnbull down the right-hand side, up against Wilesmith. He's got Ryan behind him. Plays it back to Morris. Back inside to Ryan. Dummies well to Evans. The right idea there to dummy and get the follow-on run, but South Cardiff do well with Balcombe now in the middle.
I must say though, Foxy, as you alluded to in the first half, South Cardiff's defence has been strong and solid today, and again the early raids in the second half by Western have been thwarted by the South Cardiff back line.
Yeah, they've certainly done well away from home. Now Western with Ryan looks up to Cowburn, and it looks like a different Western Workers side after the break with Subat at the back post, cuts inside. Another great challenge from Stevens, who's had an exceptional game.
Yeah, great defence there by Stevens. I think Jamie Sabat was trying to put that onto his right foot, and Stevens came through and did the damage. Nathan Morris from the corner again.
Let's see, the last time we were here just moments ago, created Western's best chance of the game with Cowburn flicking it on and Thornton at the back post. They line up a similar way. Morris looks up, sending the delivery. Again, it's great at the back post. We're headed away from South Cardiff. Burns, a chance for a counter-attack here.
Very much so here, Foxy.
Friend, I think, in the middle. Thornton does well to cover across. Yeah, he does very well to get the through ball.
Yeah, well read by Carl Thornton there. Western play back it up the field.
Guess he's been a standout player back there for Western. I think he needs the support of his midfield a bit as well, defensively. As Turnbull clears the ball away.
I think as the scoreline stays like this, Foxy, as the game goes on, the South Cardiff chances on the counter will come thick and fast as Western try to chase the game. But it's a little while away yet. They'll continue to try and build through the midfield, Western, and create their chances from there.
Yeah, you think the next 15 minutes, I think, will be crucial here. Again, if Western can keep up the pressure they have at the moment, get a few more opportunities. So Morris there looked like to switch the ball across to Ryan, now playing on the left-hand side. Got McDermott in front of him. Goes back to Thornton. Again, Southie win it. Look for the long ball over to Burns. He's got it. He's got Turnbull covering on his left-hand side. There was, I guess, a similar chance to what you were saying on the counter. Came out of nothing, really, just a handover of possession in the midfield, and Burns is the man you want it to fall to.
Yeah, Nicholas Burns there. Great ball in behind Brock Oakley, and Burns onto the ball. Unlucky probably not to make it 2-0. Another genuine chance for Southie.
I think he took the shot when he needed to. He saw Turnbull coming, but he just didn't quite get the execution there. Now Western down the other end as Dar sends it straight back. Turnbull again. Nicholas Friend in space, plays it through. Fantastic ball. Let's see what Southie can do here. Good ball across. Again, Carl Thornton's the man who cuts it out. And just a push in the back there, I think, from James Burns, but the home crowd letting the referee know that they would have called a different decision, as you would expect the home crowd to do.
Yeah, Carl Thornton again there. Excellent. Probably one of the best defenders in the competition, Carl Thornton.
So Morris sends the ball out to Thornton down the left. Ryan ahead of him. It's not what they want to do, is hand over possession there in the midfield, because Southie...
executed pass there.
So now South Cardiff look up. Balcombe now played all the way back to Stafford.
Yeah, good work there by Brock Oakley.
Could be a free kick there. He'll play advantage. Jason Cowburn. The shot deflected. The referee plays it on. It looked like he played advantage there for the initial.
The advantage.
Connor Evans there, I think, in the middle was fouled as now. Burns again. Oh! It's all happening here, but Pratt came out, side his 18-yard box. A bit of a collision there.
With Brock Oakley.
Brock Oakley stays down.
Tim Pratt came out pretty hard there, and Brock was turning to chase the ball, and they've collided.
Just another unfortunate event here at Rockwell Automation Park. We've had a few players down, and James Burns looks like he's received the yellow card. I didn't quite see what he did there. Maybe just a slight push in the back there or something to...
Unless he initiated the push from him up to Brock into the path of Tim Pratt there, I'm not sure. Just from around the grounds, Foxy, Lakes now lead Charlestown 2-0. So the bottom place Lake Macquarie side leading 2-0. So that's a good result for them.
Yeah,
if
fantastic.
they can hang on from there.
Lake Macquarie, I think the only team without a win so far, but they've come close. They held Newcastle Jets Youth to a draw, and also Edgeworth Eagles, who are positioned first and second on the competition. So Lake Macquarie probably deserves some points along the way, so it's good to see them doing well.
Yeah, they came back into the game against South Cardiff well last weekend. They never gave up, and I think that's the nature of the Lake side this year, is they've got a never say die attitude. So a young side, and Gary Rowe, the coach there, has instilled that attitude in the side. As I said, Southie through James Burns scored 3 goals, but Lakes never gave up and came back to 3-2 late in the game. Brock Oakley's back on his feet. Doesn't look 100%. Say he'll be right to resume once he mandatorily leaves the field. No, he's struggling slightly.
Looks like he might have got a knock in the ribs there as he comes. Looks like he's making his way back to the halfway line to come back on though, but he might have to wait until Tim Pratt.
For Tim to play the ball.
We'll send this one long. Got Cowburn up there, but
just keep an eye on Brock. He's certainly not 100% at the moment.
Southie again with the possession in the middle. Plays it back to Balcom. Looks up, he's got Burns in space. Up against Oakley, he looks to have come on pretty quickly. He's back into the thick of it.
Yeah, good defence there by Brock Oakley.
We'll have to be careful now going in for the challenge. Connor Evans will head the ball away.
Great work by Evans again, back in defence.
He's popping up all over the park at the moment, Evans, but now Jamie Subat in space down the right-hand side as Southie look to get plays behind the ball. Morris looks to switch the play to Michael Ryan. He gets a head on it, but that'll be over the goal line for a goal kick.
Yeah, not Nathan's best ball across. Too much air.
Now, you mentioned South Cardiff's defence. They've had a very good game so far. I guess, again, I think they conceded 4 goals against Charlestown City Blues recently, and even against the Newcastle Jets. So they've conceded a few goals so far this season, but today they've looked exceptional.
Yeah, they've been solid as a unit, and they've worked well together. And then obviously, when South Cardiff are beating their attacking third, the presence of the left and right fullbacks has been evident on a number of attacking raids. So again, that move there recently by Western has been thwarted by a strong South Cardiff defence.
James Burns there pleading for a free kick as
Is it a card here?
Oakley that went down with
Brock Oakley are down again, but Matthew Wildsmith will get a card for that challenge.
Things just heating up here at Rockwell Automation Park in the second half. The score still South Cardiff 1, leading Western Workers 0, but you'd probably say that Western have made the brighter of the start early in the second half, but again, South Cardiff have looked dangerous from the counter.
They certainly have. Brock Oakley still not 100%. I think the card against him came from the challenge he made when he won the ball. Looks like he's going to leave the field here, I'd say.
Yeah, he's clutching the same spot that he went down just moments before with the collision with his goalkeeper. And looks like a change will be made. It's across to the back post. Subat heads it down. But again, Balcom's in the right place at the right time.
change will be made, Foxy. It'll be Gosha Abshavala. He's a Georgian. This is only his second game in first grade for Western. He's played in Georgia for the last several years and has come across to Australia to get married to a local girl. So found a home here at Western in recent times and about to come on. So Gosha Abshavala.
There you go, Gaz. It is all happening, isn't it, here in the NPL? I'm glad you introduced.
We'll go with Gosha first.
We'll go with Gosha.
Placed on 33, Gosha Abshalava.
The Georgian, let's see what he can add here. As he comes on as a second half replacement for the injured Brock Oakley. It looks like it might be Morris who's stepped back to fill Oakley's shoes there at centre back.
Yeah, Gosha is an attacking front third player, so there will have to be some change in positions. Morris will probably step back into the central defence role, and Connor Evans will probably drop back into a holding midfield role, I would imagine. And they'll probably move Michael Ryan into the 10 or in behind the striker.
Yeah, it looks like
Gosha
that's
will
what
play
they've
on
done
the
here as well. Smith now down left for South Cardiff, gets the ball in, headed away from none other than Carl Thornton. Gazard on the edge of the box. It's now Stevens with time on the ball, cuts it back. Now Gazard on the ball. Gosha into the thick of the action there.
Both sides have made 2 substitutions now with more than 25 minutes to go in the game, so going to be some tired legs for some players towards the back end of this game, which may open up the game further, Foxy.
Now Ryan wins the ball out, sends it long for Subat. He's played advantage here, one-on-one with Subat. Oh, a heavy touch, the ball's come out again. Stafford did well.
Yeah, good goalkeeping by Michael Stafford there. A heavy touch by Jamie Subat though. Just before he was about to have the strike on goal, let him down.
And I think it was Herring there who trekked back to eventually get the ball out. It looked like Subat was just looking towards the referee there to see if he was going to allow play on or not, and took his eye off Stafford and the ball. That was certainly a great opportunity, one-on-one. But here Ryan sends the ball in. Cowburn at the front post. Dar does well again to win the aerial ball, but
and the defensive unit of Southie working.
cleared only as far as Turnbull, who sends it in again. Stevens heads it away at the back post. As Friend plays it back to Gazard. Evans does well. Cowburn on the ball. Needs options. Plays it out to Gosha on the left. His first real time on the ball. Let's see what he can provide. Does well to get the ball across, but cleared away by South Cardiff. Evans, a nice little touch in there against Friends. A look for James Burns. Thornton does well. Plays it back to Pratt.
Enthusiastic there, James Burns, as always. Chases everything.
You certainly can't switch off with him up front. But again, Carl Thornton has done very well back there now with Nathan Morris, who's gone back there to replace the injured Brock Oakley. As Gazard now on the ball on the right-hand side. Marked closely by Liam Thornton. Plays it back to Friend. He's got Stevens behind him. Again, working well up from the right-hand side. Thornton will guide that ball over for a Western goal kick.
Since that substitution, there's been a bit of a positional switch as we discussed, but Jason Cowburn is actually playing in behind Jamie Subat. Jamie Subat playing striker now, and Cowburn in behind, and Michael Ryan's gone across to the right-hand side of midfield.
It's a change that almost came off for Western moments ago with Subat being released in behind the defence. Good pressure there by Bolcom. Wins possession. While Smith on the ball. Southie probably won the midfield battle at the moment. Just getting possession there and then looking up and trying to release the likes of Burns down the other ends. Western started promising in the second half with Morris in there, but again, because of some forced changes.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that, Foxy. That may hurt Western more than what they wanted, the replacement of Brock Oakley, because Nathan Morris started the second half quite strongly and enthusiastically, and now he's had to drop back to the central defence role. that spark that he was providing may be nullified somewhat. But Connor Evans back there, who's worked tirelessly all day, I think he could create something as well.
Yeah, I certainly agree, Gaz, and Evans has been fantastic so far. I think Morris is their man to switch the play, but let's see, they've got a back four at the moment. Let's see as time goes on what Western will do in search of a goal, but again, there's still time to play in this
time
one.
To play at the moment. Obviously, if it does come to that, Foxy, Nathan would be the obvious one to move forward with his prowess on the ball, and if they do revert to a back three, but they'd be hopeful of getting something out of the game before they needed to do that.
Stafford plays it, go over the line for a Western Workers throw in. Turnbull comes up, got Cowburn coming to him, also Subert over the top. Wildsmith does well. He needs options, he plays it back to Morris. Looks up, cuts it across to Carl Thornton. They go out to the left. Subert makes a run, he's slightly offside now. Probably wasn't the option though.
Yeah, if he was offside, there was a nice little hole for Liam Thornton to play that ball into Subert, but he was probably coming from an offside position.
Just needed to go a bit earlier there. As South Cardiff again played out from the back.
South Cardiff's fullback line looking very composed, looking to play it out. But they've showed no real signs of panic. Not that they've needed to, but it's only been a couple of raids by Western.
As Pratt sends it high. You've got McDermott under there. Welcome flicks it back over the top. Some heavy pressure there on James Burns. That'll be a free kick.
Yeah, he had his hands over his shoulders. McDermott claiming it. He was getting his shirt pulled, but definitely a free kick there. Just an update from Lakes. They now lead Charlestown 3-0, Foxy. So
there you go.
First win on the cards there for Lakes is almost coming to fruition.
Certainly good for the competition. It's pretty evenly matched at the moment. You had a top four breakaway there for a while, but
yeah, with Lambton beating the Jets yesterday, Foxy, that brought them obviously back to the field, and depending on the other results today, and Southie leading here at the moment, yeah, it'll be a very congested competition, which is good to see.
I think only 2 points separated South Cardiff and Western at the end of the season. Last year it wouldn't have been much. They're normally both around the top five, either just sneaking in or just out, but here's Gosher as he cuts in, but has a long range effort. He puts his hand up to apologise, but another goal kick for South Cardiff.
South Cardiff would have to be impressed with James Burns this season. He's been a total threat in front of goals. Great speed, athleticism. As we've said earlier, a hat-trick last week, and has threatened several times again today.
Staunton does well, hit out the ball only as far as Gazard, who looks for Burns. Yeah, well done by Carl Thornton hitting the ball back. Again, James Burns very versatile. I think it was 2 seasons or 1.5 seasons he came to South Cardiff, and he played in the midfield then. Very skillful on the ball, but he's certainly developed himself now as an out-and-out number 9. He got 3 last week. Let's see if he can get another one to his name so far as South Cardiff in possession. Wildsmith, who started on the left as he came on as a sub, he looks to be playing in the centre of midfield now. He's doing very, very well there in the middle for South Cardiff. Ball over the top, Jason Cowburn, can he get a shot on goal? He does! Oh, Michael Stafford just gets a hand to it and actually flicks it up onto the crossbar and over the goal.
Western's best chance of the game, Foxy. Nice ball through by Robbie Turnbull. Jason Cowburn measured the shot, went to the near post, and a great diving save by Michael Stafford.
Yeah, fantastic goal scoring opportunity there, a fantastic save, but now Western have another corner through Nathan Morris. Morris comes in to the front post, flick back by Gazard, but that's cut across back on goal by Thornton, I think, and South Cardiff have got away and look for a counter-attacking opportunity. Looks up, plays it to friends. Well cut out.
Carl Thornton.
He's had a fantastic game back there. Now they look to counter themselves. Jason
Offside there,
Calburn, but
Jason Calburn.
yeah, the referee's he
Waving
waves.
at the referee.
Oh, he
Now
could
we'll
get
get a
himself in
card.
trouble for that. Well,
He's probably claiming when the ball was kicked he wasn't offside, but from our angle he did look to be offside.
yeah, end-to-end stuff, but I guess the most important thing is that Western Workers are creating goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. As the half goes on, and if the scoreline stays the same way, I think we'll see more of that.
It's now Burns up the other end. Beats his man on the edge of the box. Ryan does well to cut back. It's still Burns in possession, still cutting inside the 18. A beautiful chip across, but Thornton heads it back out.
Mark.
Balcom plays it out to Gazzard on the right-hand side as Western shape up in defence. Plenty of numbers behind the ball. Gazzard will be forced to go all the way back to Stevens.
Chrissy Gazzard always looks to have so much time on the ball. Very composed player.
It's now Stevens on the ball. Gosha though, kick in the back. Yeah,
Kick there, Gosha.
that'll be a free kick for Western. Gosha not happy there about the kick in the back, I think, from Stevens. Evans now with plenty of time in the middle, plays it out wide. Michael Ryan still out there on the right, back to Evans. Back out to Turnbull. This is better from Western. Unfortunately, Turnbull just
nice little
couldn't
ball
get there.
movement there by Western.
It's the Western we're used to seeing, just working some 1-2s down the side and especially switching distribution there, but they've looked much better in the second half. Turnbull now keeps it in. Back to Thornton. Plays it to Morris with plenty of time. He'll look up, weigh up his options. Back out to Liam Thornton on the left, who's got Gosha in front of him. McDermott down is making a run as well. Marked tightly by Stevens. An interesting contest there again between Gosha and Stevens. Let's see what plays out there as the game goes on.
Square there, I think.
Subat now plays it in, a bit too heavy there, but it'll go over the byline again for a South Cardiff goal kick.
So the referee will give Gosha a caution on the run here.
He certainly got into the thick of the action since only been coming on for a few minutes. Might have been good he didn't start the game.
Gosha speaks very little English at this stage, so communication with the officials and the other players out there is difficult at times, but he's slowly learning our language.
It's good to see both players there, just had a bit of a handshake, and let's see if their quarrel is behind them. As Stafford now pumps the ball long. Cowburn now, Connor Evans plays it out wide to Turnbull.
There's space here for Turnbull.
Looks up, sends the ball in. Well cut out there by Balcom, comes back out to him. Heads it down to Michael Ryan. Off they go again. Just another missed time pass though from Turnbull.
Not well executed there by Robbie Turnbull. I think he was expecting Subat to make a run towards the line, and Subat stayed inside.
Again there, Evans doing well. I guess slipping into where Morris was, just a holding midfield role, and he's seems to be switching the ball pretty well at the moment as Western have themselves another throw in. Probably into the final 15 minutes now, I would say. It's Michael Ryan on the edge of the box. Again, Matthew Dar does well. He's had a very solid game back there as well.
He has.
For South Cardiff.
Very strong in defence.
Wildsmith looks up. Again, they look to play it long, but again, they seem to be lacking the presence of Clerk up front. He was their go-to man, and his presence.
Definitely. I think him and Burns were combining quite well together, and it seems now that they're just looking for James Burns all the time.
It's a bit isolated up there, up front. McDermott lays it back. Evans looks for a cute finish, still from 30 yards out, trying to chip the keeper. He did well in the end, just over the crossbar, but Stafford certainly had to work to make sure he covered his goal area.
Certainly did. Another score from Lakes. It's Lakes 3, Charlestown 1, so they're not home yet.
You'd have to feel sorry for Lakes if Charlestown came back and got a result, but even Charlestown had a very promising midweek win against South Cardiff, and they look to be coming back to form themselves, but they've had a bit of a up and down season so far.
Yeah, they were troubled by injuries early on to some central defenders, and took a while to get going, then had a couple of good results, so we'll keep a close eye on that one as the afternoon progresses.
As Burns now on the edge of the 18, let's see what he can do here, back to Wildsmith. Southie just look to need a bit of support in the final third this half, but again, their midfield's strong and they go back that way through Balcombe, now back out to Stevens. To their centre back, who looks up. Dummies well.
Yeah, nice ball through.
Plays up to Friends. Gazard now with time on the ball. Does well to cut back inside. Looking for options. Back to Balcombe.
Back to Nicholas Friend again. Did well there a moment ago with a nice ball through. Oh, Ghosh's trip. Yeah, yellow card here.
It was, yes, the sliding challenge.
He definitely caught him late.
He's been working up to it, but the referee there issuing a yellow card as Chris Gazard will step over the ball from the right-hand side. No more, says the referee. Let's see what South Cardiff can produce here. It's a good delivery into the penalty spot. Thornton will clear that ball.
Yeah, nice ball in by Gazard.
The delivery's been pretty good from both sides, I think, from the set pieces.
Yeah, as I alluded to earlier, both Morris and Gazard, excellent dead ball specialists.
Now Thornton over the ball, will look to keep Friend away from it, but he just knocks the ball over for a goal kick as Pratt looks to take it quickly. Gets it out to Turnbull. Back to Morris. You can tell there, Western really looking to pick up things. They're still chasing a goal.
Anyone still hungry with discounted pies and sausage rolls and pies and something?
Ball over the top. Michael Ryan behind the defence on the edge of the 18-yard box. Gets a shot on goal, parried away by Stafford. He does very well to deny Western. It was probably a tight angle, but Stafford again.
Yeah, great shot by Michael Ryan. Hit with power, but Michael Stafford equal to the challenge. Parried it away.
It's now Evans in the middle, plays it out wide to Liam Thornton. Had to go, so let's see if he holds off. Stevens.
His battle with Stevens continues.
Again, Stevens is having a fantastic game there and he's letting the striker know it won't be easy to get past him. As Turnbull looks up, finds Ryan. Well cut out by South Cardiff, some quick passing there, Balcombe in the middle. And he's earned himself a free kick there as South Cardiff will take the time to slow things down. Free kick deep in their own half. So we've got 10 minutes left here at Rockwell Automation Park. Western Workers are without a win in their last 3 games and are down 1-0 at home. Again, a much improved performance in the second half. It'll be a very entertaining final 10 minutes as Friend beats Thornton for the ball, but Pratt will come out. Pratt certainly had a quieter game in the second half. He was kept very busy in the first half.
Yeah, as you pointed out, Foxy, I think Sean Clerk's departure at half-time has somewhat thwarted South Cardiff's attacking prowess. So James Burns been left up there by himself. Thus, their attack has been somewhat nullified.
Ball over the top from Gosha, that's great. Michael Ryan coming in at the back post. Stafford does well to come out and collect again. South Cardiff are without Jared Johnson and Mitchell Wallace, Dean Kelly.
Brad Waters. There's some experience on their bench, so this is a fantastic result so far for them.
Pratt plays the ball out to Liam Thornton. Goes long, cut out again, well by Gazard. Subat though. McDermott on the ball, look to switch it out to Michael Ryan. Again, Western Workers come down the right-hand side, a ball behind for Connor Evans. Beautiful ball over the top. Stevens again does well to clear the danger. Looks like McDermott on the ball. Back to Michael Ryan. Out to Turnbull, have time to size up and get a cross in. No, goes back to Morris. Just the ball a bit too far there at the ends. And Stafford again will take a goal kick for South Cardiff.
Foxy, I don't think it'll be long before Steve Pickett changes his shape. He probably needs to go to 3 at the back shortly with less than 10 to go. Whether it's bringing young Tommy Sparrow on, who's got speed, or whether it's just to change the personnel out there into a different formation.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes left here. Again, Western have come out. I think they've been the better side in the second half, but there's still a goal down. And still there's less than 10 minutes left. Liam Thornton on the ball, trips over. Hands over possession, Gazard. Finds friend in the middle. Looking for Burns again.
Slight slip there by Timmy Pratt, but all's good as he comes back out. I think the game will open up now, Foxy.
Yeah, it'll be end-to-end stuff as now long ball over. The touch just takes him back, but he's got Thornton making a run through. Could turn out to be a decoy. Yeah, cuts inside again. Oh, great challenge there in the middle by Lee Ashton. Now Stevens looks up for friends. Can he get him behind Carl Thornton? No, he does exceptionally well.
Carl Thornton does the job again.
It's hard to give a man of the match, I guess, on a losing team, but Carl Thornton has certainly had a fantastic game back there for Western Workers.
Yeah, obviously Sean Clerk was very dominant in the first half, but his half-time substitution, I probably agree to a certain degree, Pratty, that Carl Thornton's been outstanding today for Western. The scoreline could have been a lot more if it wasn't for his exploits on the field.
Dar there, hands over possession. I guess the more that South Cardiff look for that long ball, the more that they're going to hand over possession to Western to play out as they do now from the back. A bit too long there. Go over the goal line for another South Cardiff goal kick. So 3 points for South Cardiff today would see them move a point behind.
It will, Foxy.
Western
They'll go
Workers.
10 points, and with Charlestown behind at Lakes as well, they're on 10. So Lantern's win yesterday pushes them to 11. We haven't got the scores from the other grounds as yet, but if Magic gets something out of Edgeworth, it becomes a very congested leaderboard.
Yeah, it certainly does. South Cardiff again. Go through Ashton in the middle, back to Dar. See if he looks for the long ball again. It's a great ball out to Stevens. With time, flicks the ball over for Gazard. But again, Pratt does well to command his defence. He goes for the long ball this time. Looking for Gosha, but Dar there heads it back.
We'll roll out for a corner here. Will?
It is.
No, it might be a shy, I think. From our vantage.
Looks like it is a throw in. No, it is a corner.
Taken
Oh.
quickly by Gosha.
Back out to Morris. Good at the back post. Oh, Michael Ryan was streaming in at the back post. He would have sent that one home, but a fantastic defensive header. Clears the ball. Good opportunity there for Western now.
again.
Morris.
Again, great opportunity. I think Matthew Wildsmith may have been on the back post.
Morris now. Sending a delivery. It's a good ball. Gosha up there. Gets a head on it, I think, but now Subat cuts back inside. Stevens, an excellent challenge. Evans, first time shot. Great save.
Ryan.
The offside flag is up.
Michael Stafford. No, he's been called offside anyway.
I think it was Cowburn there looking to send the ball home, but the offside flag was up from Connor Evans. It was a fantastic shot initially, left foot from the edge of the area.
And Michael Stafford didn't know the offside flag was off though.
Yeah.
So two fantastic saves there. We're just talking about man of the matches. He's probably been close to Southie's best in the second half, definitely, with the saves he's made.
Yeah, some great reflex saves again from Stafford. Yeah, Southie have had quite a number of Stevens again has had a fantastic game. You've got Ashton and Bolcom in the middle and Dar at centre back. They've been impressive all over the park, and even Gazard always out wide as well. So a very impressive away performance from South Cardiff, who picking themselves up after a heavy midweek loss.
Here comes that change I was talking about, Foxy. Young Tommy Sparrow, only 17 years of age, about to come onto the field. been playing in an attacking role on the left or the right.
He's got some speed about him, the young fella too, I think. So let's see if Western can use him in the super sub, can pay off. But for now, it's Thornton with the ball on the left-hand side against Stevens. Does well to get the challenge in. And looks like they'll make the change. Let's see.
Interesting to see who he takes off here. I think Jamie Sabat off.
They're just holding up play. Yeah, it'll be Jamie Subat to come off for Thomas Barre. Still less than 5 minutes left here at Rockwell Automation Park. Our match of the round against Western Workers and South Cardiff. It's the visitors here, leading by 1-0. Evans heads the ball back over. Ashton heads away only as far as Morris.
Bit of a speculator.
Stafford did well there to keep the ball in.
Morris just went whooshka there and hoped for the best. So 2 minutes to go, Foxy. So game will definitely open up. A little surprised that Pickett hasn't gone to 3 at the back.
Yeah, I think they've still probably created the chances they've needed to get something out of it. The second half, they've had probably at least 3 close.
Oh, 3 or 4. It's
Yeah. So it's not by lack of trying or lack of chances, but they just haven't been able to find the back of the net. So a very improved second half performance.
definitely.
But still, they haven't found the goal they need, but there's still time on the clock.
There is. South Cardiff about to make a substitution as well. Young Samuel Parker to come on. Sure, a bit of a slowing down tactic by coach Greg Asquith with only 2 minutes to go in the game.
I can't blame him with the goal up with a couple of minutes left, but it's still Western on the ball with Calburn in the middle. Good ball over the top for Ryan. Chester down.
Real corner.
Again, promising signs from Western. They're certainly getting the ball into dangerous positions. Just haven't found the right person there at the right time, but still another corner from Western as South Cardiff will make that change.
It's almost been a game in 2 halves, Foxy, and all the action at the far end of the park with South Cardiff dominating that in the first half and Western in the second.
Yeah, I'd certainly agree with that. And it was just the one goal that separated the sides and a spectacular effort from outside the 18 as Morris brings it in over Stafford. Looks like that'll go out for a goal kick.
Nicholas Friend was the replacement there. He too came on as a substitution, so he's played the majority of the game after that early injury though.
Stafford sends the ball long.
Placing the South Cardiff side, number 14, Sam Parker's been replaced with 15, Nicholas Friend.
Back to Carl Thornton. Switches it across the Turnbull. He's got Michael Ryan in front of him. Calburn in the middle. Plays it out to Ryan. Let's see if Western can use the time on the clock to get a chance on goal, but well defended. Wildsmith with plenty of time. Let's see if he'll just hold possession or go for a long ball.
Well done by Turnbull.
He had too much time there, but Turnbull came out of nowhere. And no one told.
He's run here. I think
Wildsmith
Western will
there.
push forward here.
Just goes from the
numbers.
left-hand side. Against Stevens, does well to get around his man. Out for a goal kick. Made a late challenge there. Stevens again.
Yeah, the battle between Gosha and Stevens continues. Since Gosha's come on the park, they've encountered each other on a number of times.
That's been exciting. It's been good to watch. Still into the final seconds here.
I'm sure we're into injury time now, Foxy.
So this will leave Western without a win in their last 4. They've had the 1 draw in there and 3 losses if the result stays the same. It'll move South Cardiff up to 10 points and just outside the top 5, I believe.
Yeah, they'll fall just outside the top 5 with Lampon's result yesterday, regardless of the other results today. So, but 2 wins in a row for Southie if they hang on.
And South Cardiff go on to play Lambton next week as well, which will be another big game. But if they play the way they did today, then that'll certainly be a good game out there at Arthur Eden Oval. No, it's at Ulinga, sorry. It's South Cardiff home game. Again, it's all happening here. Players falling over left, right and centre again. Stephen's got one back on Gosha there. But
Lee Ashton getting the yellow card for the foul on Liam Thornton.
this is probably the one thing you don't want to do against Western with only seconds on the clock is give Nathan Morris a free kick. I think he scored one from further out than here already this season.
Yeah, I have witnessed Nathan before either win or equalise a game from here late, so...
I think they need about an 8-man wall in there, but
Yeah.
they've only got a 4-man wall.
Western virtually everyone forward and Southie virtually everyone back, so...
Morris steps up. He's gone for the chip across. Ryan's there! I think it was Thornton in there as well.
Yeah, Carl Thornton and Vic Ryan both had a chance to get something onto it, and none of them did, and went past the keeper for a goal kick.
I thought that Morris might have gone for that option. We all would have thought he would have gone for the free kick,
I
but
think maybe Southie thought that as well, so just changed it up.
you can't say that Western haven't created the chances they need, and that's, yeah, again, that probably was...
And there it is.
There you have it, it's the full-time whistle. A game of two halves, as you said, Gaz, with South Cardiff having a fantastic first half. A great goal from Sean Clark there, being the difference between the two sides. Western a much improved second half performance, but they're still without a win in 4 games.
Yeah, Foxy, your analogy there of a game of two halves is 100% correct. South Cardiff totally dominated the first half, had, as we said at half time, 6 or 7 genuine chances, converted one, hit the crossbar 2 or 3 times, and then in the second half it was all Western virtually. Southie maybe one chance, but obviously missed Sean Clerk going off at half time. They had genuine chances, hit the crossbar. Michael Stafford, excellent game, kept them in it. So, but in the end, probably deserved their win, South Cardiff.
Yeah, great game of football. So that's it at Rockwell Automation Park. Full time is South Cardiff 1, defeating Western Workers 0. Thanks for viewing Bar TV. Next week, our match of the round is Charlestown City Blues versus Western Workers at Lyle Carr Oval. Again, log on to Northern New South Wales Football to get all the full-time results from other NPL matches. From Foxy and Gary Fisher here, it's full time, and goodbye till next week.